Algebra 2, Lesson 65, Advanced Substitution. So advanced substitution is similar to our distance rate time problems we've been doing before. The advanced substitution is we're going to learn how to substitute for two unknowns at the exact same time. And again, they're just giving you the problems already set up in terms of rate and time. So we'll read this as rate of W, time of W, rate of R, time of R, and so on and so forth. So we're going to read our subscripts in respects to rate and time. Let's go to our example problems. Let me see here. I'm just going to copy one real quick. All right, so here is the system of equations they give us. They tell us that the rate of P times the time of P equals 693. The rate of C times the time of C equals 165. The rate of P is equal to 3 times the rate of C. And time of P plus time of C is equal to 12. So our goal here in advanced substitution is to single out one of these double pieces and get them to work inside of the equation. So what we see here is if we can get this equation over here, RP and TP, if we can substitute it to where we can get an RC and a TC inside of this equation, we can substitute for both of these letters at the same time because we know both of those letters equal 165. So let's go ahead and start substituting. Here I see that RP is equal to 3RC. So instead of writing RP in this equation, I'm going to write 3RC. Then I'm going to substitute inside parentheses. Now instead of writing time of P, I can write time of C. I just have to solve this equation. So if I subtract time of C from each side of the equation, I get time of P is equal to 12 minus time of C. So instead of writing time of P up here, I'm going to write 12 minus TC. And then to finish off this equation, that's going to equal 693. Now I can simplify by using distributive property. This gives me 3 times 12, 36 times rate of C minus 3 RC TC, and all of that is going to equal 693. Now if you remember what I was talking about before, we want to substitute for both of these at the same time, and in this equation we see RC TC. So instead of writing RC TC, I can just write the value of 165. So I'll go ahead and rewrite this. Let me check that. Okay, and what you can see here is after we do this advanced substitution of two unknowns at the same time, we now have an equation that only has one unknown, and we can solve for RC. Once we solve for RC, that starts the domino effect, and we can solve for all 4 unknowns. So let's go ahead and solve for RC. And since we are allowed to use calculators now, we'll go ahead and multiply 3 times 165. Gives me 495. So this is minus 495. So I have 36 RC minus 495 equals 693. I'm going to get that all by itself by adding 495 to each side. That side cancels. This plus 693 equals 1188. So now I have 36 R sub C equals 1188. Let's see if that divides perfectly. It does. That equals 33. So now that we know that RC equals 33, we can use this to start unlocking the rest of these unknowns. Now the first thing is that RP is equal to 3 times RC. So if I take 33, multiply it by 3, I get 99, and that's RP. So now I know RP is equal to 99. Now I can figure out time of P and time of C by substituting in here. So if I go back up here and instead of writing RP I write 99, what I get is 99 times time of P equals 693. If I divide each side by 99, I get 7. So time of P is equal to 7. I'll go and write that back down here by my answers. All that's left now is time of c, which I can find because time of c, or time of p is equal, or well, time of p plus time of c equals 12. So if I take 12, that's silly, I'm not going to do that. If I take 12 minus 7, I get 5. So time of c is 5. That's advanced substitution in a nutshell. Eventually we will start doing these as word problems, and you will have to figure out these top equations based on what they tell you in a paragraph of words, probably in relation to distance, rate, and time. If you have any questions, let me know on Moodle, and I will see you in class.